Gale is going to be extremely fun, and we're gonna have a look at the plane path, which is gonna go all the way from north to southwest, and it's gonna be covering towards the north, like the top side of the map and the west side of the map, but the northeast side is a bit really far away from the reaches of the team, so somebody needs to walk, somebody needs to take cars to reach those places like Primos, Ferry Pier, and I don't think so these are very particularly very hot places, so it's definitely okay if you miss them. Okay, so for now I feel like we have different teams coming up, and obviously we have some teams who are playing out towards the extreme north side, and we might have some hot spots as always, might have some clashes on the start, obviously, as the teams are looking to rotate to their drop spot, as the plane path was completely towards the right side of the map, so we might see some early rotation and kill, but for now we have 64 players alive, 16 team. It's going to be a good game, and yeah, that name.
Let's not RZ. Come on.
But yeah, this guy is already starting on his loot. He got a good gun, he got a helmet and a vest. Yeah, he got a bandage and a medkit. He's really up, grading up. So yeah, this guy's doing good. So I'm gonna call him this guy.
Yeah, well, let's just call him this guy throughout the game, because me personally, I don't want to take his name, and I'm sure you don't want to either. So yeah, let's just go with that. But hey, with that being said, as we were all excited, the game has finally begun, and for now it's basically going to be the calm before the storm, and all the players are most likely going to be busy looting. And I don't think we do have some teams that are somewhat close to each other, but I think they're still they have a pretty safe distance between each other. So yeah, we're just gonna see all these teams looting, gathering their stuff up, grabbing all the good guns that they can, grabbing all the ammo, all the utilities that they need. And for now, it's gonna be all of them are gonna be taking a pretty chill pill, RZ?
Yeah, I think that is generally how it unfolds on the map of Miramar and Erangel, generally, where teams are just chilling for the first few phases of the game, and afterwards, obviously, when the circle is too small to hold all the teams inside, and that is exactly when a lot of fights happen. There's some obviously clashes in between the teams that are trying to rotate, but oh, look at that, unwanted with his SLR or trying to get some damage done, but couldn't get the job done as the player was behind a cover. Smokes have been deployed. The information has been given, but to get a point at this distance is going to be extremely difficult.
I mean, he does have a Mini 14 with a pretty good scope. He might be able to land a few bullets, but I don't think the other team is foolish enough to stay in the same spot or maybe even reveal themselves. So yeah, after he took off his first few bullets, I think that's all he will be able to do for now. And yeah, the other team is just going to make their way out of there probably. But yeah, for now we're just observing what exactly they're trying to do here.
Look at that. He doesn't have a lot of ammo on his hand, 30 bullets. He needs to be careful with each of a single bullet. But he's hiding behind a tree, looking at the teams rotating. He's caught out in the enemy land with the 4 players right in front of him, and I think he just wants to make it to that compound in front of him. And yeah, gonna get up some loot. He doesn't have much, no healings, no bandages or medkit or first aid. So we'll look at that. We have a bit of a Tom and Jerry situation with a different team just landing fire left and right, but still at this point we still have not seen a single player go down.
That is definitely true, even though we have had some encounters and maybe even some damage delivered, but we haven't exactly seen an elimination come through, sorry. So yeah, these teams are trying to be safe there. As we saw earlier, that one player was just trying to make his way towards the compound. He saw 4 people, but of course it would have been very foolish for him to take a fight there. Once again, we can see some players of Manaway trying to take some information, and they're even on something. They're actually receiving gunfire, which is going to be that USD stop maybe. Some bullets are connecting. All of them are connecting. Very low HP. So that's 1-4 bullet to get the elimination or at least knock him down. But unfortunately, that one dude is going to be able to make his way out of there safely. I mean, that's lucky. That's lucky. That is very lucky. That is very lucky.
A breath of fresh air, breath of air would have got him to go down, but yeah, he survived, and I mean that's obviously he should be happy with that. One more shot and he would have been done for, and it would have been very difficult for his teammates to help him in that certain condition when everybody's rotating. And yeah, but for now they look at this 180 and as mentioned earlier, this is a team that is obviously very dangerous. They are in the grand final. They had a wonderful season round 2 as well, but win or die, this is also a team who's particularly very dominant. They won the season 1 with 107 points, while the second team, which was 180 was on number 2 with 55 points. Talk about the domination. But yeah, look at the circle. Holler, this is an extreme circle, or for the map of Erangel. I mean, we can't even see the most of the circle as it is covering most play. Like it's not it's not even on the land. Well, 30% is in the water. So yeah, I think it's going to be extremely interesting.
It definitely is going to be interesting. The circle is towards the northeast side completely, and it's going to be interesting for the teams. But the problem is, RG, most of the teams already have rotated into the circle, but because that means that these teams are going to be contending each other off for the positions. Even though they might seem very cramped up in the map, but they still have reasonable distance between them. We still see some gunfire coming through from these teams, but I think it's gonna be a while before we still see some eliminations coming through, because yeah, they're gonna try their best to keep themselves safe. But the thing is, there's no telling how much longer they're gonna be able to do so. And the second thing is that a lot of the teams are still outside of the circle. Well, not a lot, but still there are a few, and they're gonna have to rotate inside back, which is gonna be a little troublesome for them because some of the teams already have pretty good positions near the edges. So yeah, they're not gonna be letting them enter that easily.
And with the circle this small, it's difficult to find a good spot. And while it will have a very difficult situation when the third or fourth circle comes in. Look at that. We have already early rotations coming in. A lot of the teams are trying to fight compound. But oh, look at that. We have the first knockdown with Waluha getting a first knock, and Lul Killer. He has to go back inside if he has any chance of surviving. But no, the player gets the job done. And we have the first player getting kicked out of the game. But a good start for MFP.
Yep, definitely. And MFP, having lost one of their players, instantly trade out Walu, who's going to be in SAW, which is like a good thing. Hey, if there wasn't the trade, they would have been just down one person without having delivered any damage, but they were able to trade their teammate right off, which is a good thing for them, and that is also going to be clearing, or at least making space for these guys to stay in that area. And I think that fight is pretty much over for now, RZ, and we're going to be, waiting it out a little more. MFP and SAS players are shoot all haters. I'm sorry, players must be close to each other, and they still are. I thought they were going to be moving away from each other, but I was mistaken. They are still pretty close, and we are actually going to be seeing a nade knockdown of Crazy Jetco, who was the one to take down Willow, and that is basically revenge taken onto him. And I don't think there are any teammates to help him out.
I mean, shoot out later, they will be pretty sad about the fact that they lost one of their players, but they got 2 kills in return. They also got a hold of this place, and if the things go very well, they might be able to find the location of the rest of the 2 players. And that might be just enough. What they a good news for them. But on the other side, things are looking pretty chill for the team, that they are still trying to find a good places within the circle, and the circle is going to be closing in, and it will be moving to the phase 2 within a minute. At the same time, the other players of those teams, they are looking in, they are rotating, and they need to be very careful. They need to be very careful about these particular compounds right now, from which you want your team to move. There is a very decent chance. There's already a team which might be settled in. So yeah, you need to scout before you go. You make your move before you commit to a certain place, or before you rotate. You need to scout. You need to have more information on generally what is happening in the map.
You definitely do, and here we see Beerus from Together as One trying to scout some information, and they definitely seem to have some information on the other teams. And on the other side of the map, we can see Redline Not One trying to deliver some damage on the other side. I don't think any of the bullets are going to land. He is quite a bit far away, but that 6x should help him still. Well, to be honest, RZ, information is a lot more important in these early stages of the game than, just getting those eliminations down or the knock. Because at the end, you might just not end up wiping a team, instead just getting yourself wiped out. So yeah, I believe these teams should be having a much more passive approach to the game right now.
Oh, I love the little fan in the car. Look at the little van. I feel like it just reminds me of taxi vans within like taxis within our like
Oh
cities.
yeah.
But yeah, they have little fan in front of the car, and that is like yeah, that reminds me of home. But yeah, look at that. We were talking about the teams rotating, and we have Red Line also trying to find a decent spot. They need to be careful. We have another team on the right side of that, and they are just over the hill. Same as goes the case for the today is Wakapalo tries to land some shots,
drive
but
by.
isn't able to do any damage.
Yeah, none of the bullets connecting, but the thing is, Redline is not letting them go away. They're actually chasing them down. They do have a team on their left too, but they're basically going right out on the battlefield, just chasing the other team down. That is deadly, if you ask me. Encrypt on the other side of the map here. They have a team right in front of them. Start getting sick. He has an enemy right in front of them, and there we go. We have some actual tension going on where Encrypt NRCY Q is going to be taking down one from SDI, and Frenchy FPS has been finished off from the game. That is how many? 4 eliminations, I believe, RZ.
And Cry, he was in a very good spot with his team providing support from a bit of a higher point in that tower, and he was just right there to take the life away from his enemy. Yeah, that was a good kill. In the process, he lost some of his HP, but in the end, he came out on top, and that is what matters the most. That name, that is difficult to pronounce, but I'll just call him. Ooh, he's on the top. He has Dragunov, and yeah, he's behind a good spot. He knows a lot that is going on in front of him. He needs to be careful as he could be seen by different kind of teams or different players. And on the other side, we have a lot happening with multiple teams just interacting right here.
A lot of action going here with Beerus actually taking down one guy, and we have our cam on Nod One once again, who is also delivering, or at least trying to deliver, a lot of damage. He has to go back though because he has taken some too. Getting the heals up and getting ready to go back into the fight. SZI kind of split up. One guy, I believe he's already knocked out, and Zilek is going to be making his way out of there because he wants none of that anymore. He just wants out, and he is going to be abandoning his teammate right there. And on the other side, as we are talking about that, MFB is still getting some work done. As you can see on the kill feed, Pammy has been knocked. Seizo has lost his life. They are gathering all the eliminations that they can. And look at this, RZ. 9 away is in some trouble too.
I mean, this is going to be the story for a lot of the teams, and on the other side, this is going to be good news for some of the team. 9 away, they are also surrounded. They have one player on the north. They have 2 players on the north. They have one player on the right side. Some of the consigns on the left side, and look at that, mini 14 shots. I know exactly where the other plays, but he is hiding behind a ridge, so there's no bad news on that side. And obviously, he has only one nade to his in his backpack. But we have a care package. We have Groza. We have 4x scope, military vest, helmet level 3. We have backpack level 3. We have decent amount of ammo. Groza, it might not be exactly a lot of people's priority, but other than that, the level 3 vest and helmet is always welcomed by any player playing PUBG.
That is for sure. The military vest and the helmet can come. It can come really handy in a lot of situations. Well, not even a lot, in all the situations. So yeah, they are bound to be taking that. We're currently looking at Origin, Troll Crank. It's just, yeah, for the most part, we can just see that these players are trying to scout out information. They do have an idea of a team near that water tank, but for now, they're just holding their spot, just trying to stay here. Not make any big moves, but soon they're going to have to, because once this stage of the circle is gone, it's probably going to take this compound with it. So yeah, they're going to have to move out of this. And the problem that Origin is going to be facing is that they have a team on their flank too. So yeah, they're basically in double trouble right now. They're going to have to get out of this area while watching both of their directions. So yeah, it's going to be all down to how exactly they rotate and how exactly they coordinate themselves to watch their north and south as well.
Uber needs to be very careful. He is in a close vicinity with 4 other players of the enemy team. Any kind of noise, any kind of wrong move, and he will be sent off. So yeah, need to be careful. He doesn't have his team right next to him. But on the other side, together as one, they are on the move and Inkip and Kai. He already got a kill, or he already got some damage done, but he got one player down. Health is not gonna be saved at all. It is impossible. And obviously, as we mentioned earlier, teams need to be careful in those rotations as the circle is closing in. 2 kills on the side of Inkip. They'll be looking very happy. They've not lost a player, and they have a good spot within on the edge of the circle. But yeah. If the circle moves away, that is a disastrous situation for the last circles. If the circle moves away, and it gets more and more difficult to find a place within the circle, especially when the 15 teams are alive and 54 players. So let's hope it turns out for the best for Team Inkip. But as of right now, they're looking good.
They're looking really good. The previous encounter that we just saw, RZ, was kind of nice because Ludi was able to, knock one of their guys down, and Lil Benny was right there to, insta finish him off. So yeah, that was a really nice succession of these players. Moving on, we are seeing a really interesting positioning between these teams because we have Origin, and as I said, they do have people on their flank too, and those people just they're not even people anymore. There are actually 2 teams right on their flank, so this is going to be really interesting because previously we saw that there was a team on the water tank, and now we have 2 teams coming right up their flank. But this is going to be even more interesting because the teams that are on the flank are going to be having to fight each other off first, and then they can deal with Origin. Origin definitely has the advantage here, a much bigger advantage, because they are on the higher ground. They have cover of the higher ground, and they don't have much to worry about. But both of the teams that are flanking right now, they're going to have to take care of each other. And while I'm saying that, MFP Clan has been eliminated from the Wrangle. Well, that's their goodbyes from this game, but for now, we're going to be focusing on what's happening between these 3 teams right now. This is basically a trifecta, RZ.
Exactly, with the obviously, as you mentioned, that Origin is in a very, very great spot. Fairy Tail needs to be careful as they have been spotted on the top. Origin gets Amwon Gas gets a bit of a damage. He throws smoke, trying to put some kind of healing, but Fairy Tail, they are being pushed by the circle, by the blue zone behind them, and they want to make a move. But look at that, there's a 4th party to the 3rd party, unwanted, coming in on the higher ground, and they are trying to deal some damage to the Origin. Origin also, they have not much to worry about. They got good cover, they got good position, they have a great ground as well. But on the other side, Red Line Dogs, he's trying to deal some damage. The SKS loads a bullet right after he shoots one. I think, guy, you might need to chill. You can just land 5 or 6 bullets and maybe reload after that.
For sure, we are seeing some action here. Shaolin players are right up in the faces of 9AOE, and that was good damage. He can actually go and knock him down right now if he only decides to push up, but he is taking their time because, of course, that other player is not to be taken lightly as well. Grows in hand, and there we go! Perfect kill on that guy. That was such a good elimination because, well, he was low on HP, but he still managed that kill somehow, and that is good. He's going to be able to hold on to his position for much longer. The Molotov's out. He's trying to make space for himself, and he's going to be finishing off the guy that he just knocked right now too. Trying to scout out more. He doesn't see anyone yet though. What will be the end of this
it
guy?
was very difficult for the other player as well, especially he was coming from a bit of a higher ground, so the Persian could have seen his head first, and I think that what exactly prompted him to take down the other player, and he got the kill as well. 4 kills, but unfortunately 9AOE has only 1 player left, and he is the one with 4 kills. So let's see, can he score any more points for his team? It's looking very, very dangerous to do so. It's looking very impossible to do so, but this guy has proved us and proved the fact that he's the one we should look out for. Fairy Tail on the move. They still are in the game. It was difficult as we last saw them. They were in a triangle situation with 2 really good teams who were in a better position than them. So yeah.
Yep, definitely. Red Line nades out. Oh boy, gets knocked down right away. Then wasn't really able to deliver any damage. And yeah, that's going to be it for this guy. Fairy Tail here. Fairy Tail players are doing a really good job. Era's going to be knocking down 1 more. Have 2 more to deal with though. That's a good amount of teams right in front of their faces. Origin up against Drip Gang. There we go. Origin is not letting go of their position, and Drip Gang is now going to be eliminated. So it is Origin versus Fairy Gang right up in their faces. One of the Origin players pushed up really far away from his team and is going to be losing his life to Griffith. Hero still taking an eye on. Oh boy, these guys are really well positioned. Fairy Tail, these guys are able to deliver. These guys are able to keep their sights on Origin players from all directions. Origin is locked down right now, and the craziest part is the circle is on them as well, so they don't have much time to stay there. They have to get out one way or another. But on the other side, we have April just scoped in, locked in, ready, and waiting for them to come out.
Oh my god, look how tables have turned. The player peeks and he's just taking a moment with MK12, spots the
There
player,
you go.
lands some shot, and he gets the job done. And with the Fairy Tail getting the 7th kill and not even losing a single player. Yeah, this is a team that's doing absolutely great. But look at the other side. Winner died. They had a comfortably calmer game, but it has been undone by the enemy right in front of them. Shots are being fired. They are still in a cozy position. Nades are being thrown. He needs to be careful. He can't just go out in the open. He has one player on the right, one player on the left. But coming back to free line with the car 98. I love that guy. Just love that guy.
Everybody loves it. It's an amazing gun to have. With a good scope, you can do wonders with it. But yeah, Mokhtar talking more in tune to what we have right in front of our faces. It is win or die up against a really strong team right now. And, you know, we are seeing a lot of eliminations. They're not looking good. But on the other side, we have TAC 2, which has one player knocked out and only one alive. But hey, the res is going to come in at least. They should be back up, but what can they really do? They are surrounded as well. This is just as exciting as we thought it would be, RZ. Teams right up in their faces, and the problem is the zone, the circle, ended up to be in mountains. And yeah, these teams are having a lot of trouble because of that.
And yeah, I mean, win or die right now, they have to make sure they do something about the situation right now. They have to move ahead. Obviously, they get the rest of the remaining 2 kills as well, and they got the 4 other players alive. So they're in a good position suddenly, and they're throwing the smoke as to create a bit of a distraction, as to create a bit of a cover for themselves as well. But shoot all haters, they are on the edge towards the north side. They have extremely good position. They have 3 kills. They have lost one of the players. It's not exactly a big situation, but this is a team that stands between win or die and in their circle. Sure, sorry, I'm crazy. Also finds the player, gets him down. And now we have 7 teams leaving behind. Fairy Tail, the team we were very happy about, got eliminated at number 8. But look at the kill feed. Players are going down one by one, and it's really difficult to keep a track of what exactly is happening. And imagine if you are in that situation. Oh god, what can you do?
Exactly. Us as casters, we're seeing it happen right in front of our eyes. But for that players, I can't even imagine how hard it would be to keep track of everything. But hey, let's just keep a look at what's really happening and try to keep up with it. We have 7 teams alive with 19 players on them, and two teams. Shoot all haters is still right up in another team's face. It's only one guy. Oh, High Sense is gonna be finding one player, tries to land some bullets, but he's gonna be missing most of them. That's all he's gonna be doing for now. Fnatic is going to be going away with 5 kills, and that, yeah, well, he is really gathering up the elimination points for his team. And look at this guy is still alive. The only one has 4 kills now, gets 1 more. Can he get more? Oh boy, get 5 before going down. He definitely was not going down without a fight, and really put up a fight for sure. Oh, that was him, RZE.
That was him. I mean, when there were 15 or 14, maybe 13 teams alive, we had a question that whether this player can secure more points for his team, whether this player, a single player, can get any more kills or survive. But yeah, he proved us wrong. He proved me wrong, and I love that. I love when players prove me wrong. It's obviously a great thing. But look at the circle. There are 2 teams inside the circle, with 1 team on the extremely right side, 1 player from shoot all haters, or he's just hiding in the compound, with the 2 teams, they're on the left side of the map. They're outside. They need to be careful. But yeah, sorry, I'm crazy. He's inside in the circle with his team. We have Maver as well with him right next to him, so they could have some easy kill right moving towards them. Yeah, the circle would be crushing behind them. I think this could be 3 easy kill, and they could not lose a single player. They have all the cover they need.
That is for sure. They do have a good position within the circle. CAF does have a good position within the circle, but can they hold on to that? Because the problem is 2 teams are going to be coming right onto them at the same time, but I guess they're going to be taking a shot at each other first. There it is. ASQ trying to land some shots. So does some, but is not going to be taking that fight anymore, just healing up and waiting for his perfect, or waiting for the another opportunity that comes up. He's not going to be taking the fight anymore now. Rotation's going through, the circle's moving, they have to leave that spot, and they surely are. are closing up. They are moving in, but the problem is they are closing up on another team. And there we go. This guy is once again readied up with his DMR, and he is doing some damage, some serious damage at that.
I mean, he just stands up, take a shot, goes down, stands up, take a shot, and goes down. He was able to do obviously a serious damage, but wasn't able to get a knock or a kill. And as the circle has started to move, he needs to go back inside. And this circle obviously deals tons amount of damage. Freeland still survive with 4 players alive. They're one to the north. Spots a player. He's taking his time. Why? He's just holding right now. He knows somebody was there, but I think he wasn't sure that he would get the 100% job done. He didn't want to give his position away, so he just kept his mouth shut.
Exactly. I think his position is way too precious to him for now, for him to be taking a shot. And the second thing is RZ, he is kind of split up from his team. The distance isn't too much, but it can be enough for him to be detrimental. He's just waiting for their I think it's going to be the game of patience with between these player and the other player that's just holding out. I think they're just going to be waiting this circle out. And there we go. He's finally taking the shots. Some damage delivered, but now he's going to have to move out of the spot, because if he gets caught there is no helping him. And we are seeing the fights between the compound come through as well. We can see a really weird elimination come through. There we go. Can we see some more nades out? Damage, a lot of damage has been delivered, but that nade won't really be able to accomplish anything. Unwanted one player is trying to flank up, and that is really good. 2 players knocked out. I think they can do this. There's only one more.
What a shot, what a headshot. FL, they were looking most comfortable with the 3 players in the compound. They were in the dead center, and now look at that. Almost each of the player down. One is maybe standing on the high ground, but unwanted coming from the outside the circle, coming from outside the comfort zone. They had got the advantage, and now they have 5 kills, have the compound, and they're still on the move. Freeline with only 1 player left behind. He's still in deep trouble, trying to cover his track with the smokes, but have 3 players from high sense right in front of him as he's tries to move behind them. This is a risky move. Even if he tries to get behind them, he might not be able to get a lot of kill. But yeah, he has made his way. Spots a player, takes him down. Spots the second player, takes him down. And look at that. What we were talking about, something next to impossible, and he has just made it happen.
That is M762 for you. The damage on this thing is insane. He was able to take 2 right away, and now only has to take 1 more down to wipe out the team, I believe. But the problem is he's the only one alive on his team too. So, well, the chances of him taking the chicken dinner is way too, well, they're not looking good, right? Still though, 6 points in total for elimination is not bad, and how he's looking right now, he could definitely take some more. But there we go. Hisense ASQ is going to be taking, well, he sees him, that's for sure. And there we go. He sees ISQ first, and he takes him down, and he is going to be the one to eliminate Hisense before going down. What are these players that we're seeing? These guys are delivering some serious damage, wiping teams, wiping players off the map before going down. To be honest, he wasn't even taken down by a player. He was taken down by the circle. So yeah, that guy did an amazing job. And that was, I believe, the 7th elimination point for these guys. Even if he didn't get the chicken dinner, he is gonna get good at placement points just because of that play that he made.
On the other side, I have completely written off win or die in the game number 1, but they have still 1 player surviving with 4 kills, and yeah, he's just making sure that he made his team to the top 4, and anyone more like place like if he makes it to top 3 or top 2, that will be a great jump just for him. But yeah, he like unwanted is trying to land his shot. Obviously on the other side as well, he is able to get 1 knock, and that's obviously a good shots coming in from extents. But can he keep his position with 2 players from unwanted trying to charge up, coming from the higher ground? Nades are being thrown, and he is really low on HP. 1 more shot and he will go down. On the other side, Lil Benny, he is reviving his player who's Looty.
Yep.
But yeah,
these guys are a good duo. They're really nice together.
And they're not composed of some great shots or like some flashy moves, but they are calm, they're composed, they are together, and they are a great unit when you think about them in all perspective. And obviously, till the last part of the game, their 4 players survived. They only got 2 kills that they got right at the start. So they're clearly more focusing on their placement as compared to their kills.
That's what really makes a good team, RZ, to be honest. And yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. But let's see. Oh, there we go. As we were talking about these guys, Lil Benny is going to be taken down. Will Luddy be there to help him out? Encrypt hasn't been doing very well so far. They only have 2 eliminations, and Xtans is still going to have his eye on him, and he is still delivering damage. There we go. Another knockout coming out for this guy, the duo that we just talked. I think this is the Coster Kurz RZ. We just knocked out these two players. That is unfortunate for these guys, and Extans is going to be getting away with 5 kills. The question is, can he get more though? And as those two players were knocked out, they're also going to be eliminated by the zone. So that's unlucky for them. And now we are going to be seeing at the final teams that are surviving. And it's going to be Encrypt. And which was the other? Could you recall me the name? Unwanted. Yes, RZ. So yeah, these are the 2 teams remaining now.
And with that, Unwanted got another boost as well with this Sir getting sick. He's right out in the open, takes a lot of the damage, and the shots coming through the smoke, and he goes down. A winner chicken dinner for Team Unwanted.